Hey Mark, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Kitty day up there.
Beautiful sunny day.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mums and grandmas and all that good stuff. What a
Yes.
great day to have that special day.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day for it. My gosh.
I know when I was going on my walk this morning, and that's probably what shoot, maybe quarter to 11, I guess. All the rest are like the Dunlop diners, just big, massive lineup outside. Everyone's taking their, mums out
Um,
for brunch,
Breakfast.
whatever. Yeah, it was great. So it's awesome.
Yeah.
So we're going to cover off a couple things with a couple new developments in Barrie for new builds. Going to cover off the pros and cons. Going to go over the location and looking at that briefly before jumping on here to do this was the starting amounts are pretty low. Do you notice that? So I went open up and I couldn't find what the actual amount was because there's no way that three-bedroom townhome, say starting at $638,000 now, will be that price. Like I question that and where that is, and
Well, yeah, that's kind of
or
another thing that I want to cover because I have had from YouTube two calls with people, one that bought 2 years ago and it's way too high. Like he paid 900 for a semi, now he's freaking out and he had to move into it and that's one of the risks. And then I had another one last week calling me asking, should I buy a new build or should I buy a resale? Like, what would you do?
right. What do you tell them?
And this development is the development he's talking about.
Okay.
They emailed him, Madam, he did.
Hmm.
And he says, well, they say it's close to the water. It's close to, and I'm like, it's not close to the water.
Well, it's a few kilometers, so that ain't close. When people say close, I expect close means I can walk there in 2 minutes, or I can cross the street.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
they in their brochure they talked about that Wilkins area near Taylor and Crimson
Okay.
Ridge, and
That's far.
I
Like,
know.
make
So
sure you
those are the other things, right? So I'll share this, and then once I share, it will give us a little bit of a discussion on what they're claiming and the things you have to watch out for when you do a new build. Um, because there are some pitfalls you got to watch out for too, right? You've bought new build, I bought new build. So there's two building sites, Vicinity and Vicinity West.
I want you to make sure before we go any sort of interrupt, make sure you pull up some of these floor plans because you know the reason why I want you to pull them up is because we know the floor plans say over off of Young there and what's that street? Fairline area, like they're so small. So
Mm-hmm.
people should really keep an eye on that. Like the kitchen's tiny, the living area is like the master bedroom's almost bigger. So keep going what you're doing. I just don't want to forget that we bring that up. I think that's
Well,
important.
I'm trying to find those little maps I had. Remember those maps?
Yeah, you sent them to me.
Yeah, it was a beautiful thing. Um, but I think these are okay. So these are all the plans. This is here we go. Yay.
Okay.
So there's Sandy Cove Acres. They're building one in Sandy Cove Acres for well, Parkbridge.
Okay.
This is the one in Barrie. So there's one at see it's not showing us that. It's there's one near Mapleview.
Yeah. Do you want me to send you the map over? Because you texted it to me. Let me send it over because
Yeah,
it's,
I found it before.
well, I'm going to just send it over to you right now and I'll email it to you.
Well, maybe it's down here. I'm gonna keep looking.
Because I think
Here
the
it
map,
is, Mark.
Okay,
Okay.
so
So
let's
this,
go to the location.
right. So this is Vicinity West, which is by McKay Road and the 400. It's over by where you were living before in the south end,
Mm, okay, yeah, okay.
which really isn't close to anything.
Well, it's not, because look where you have to go. You're basically, that's on, what road is that on? Is that on, it's, I know it's McCabe Road, but I'm thinking ESSA Road in that area.
It's ESSA McKay.
Yeah, where
You know
it's
when
kind
you
of
leave Stroud
way.
and you go down McKay and it goes all the way out to ESSA?
Yeah,
It's where
yeah,
Tim's property is actually in there at that area.
yeah. There's not much going on. I mean, it's kind of, you go out from there, you're on the Maple View, like it's a short drive. Maple View's, but it's
You're
still not
not
bad.
walking to
It's
nothing.
bad. You're not walking to anything. So if you're relying on transportation, it's not going to happen. You're going to need a vehicle out there. There's going to, you may see some developments and plazas come along as it gets built up, but I don't think anytime soon. So you're not walking to Tim's. You're not
The
walking
other
to,
one is no, and the other one is around is the Maple View area right here.
okay, yes, in the corner of Peroni area.
Yes.
Yes.
And apparently there's some going over here somewhere. I don't know exactly where.
Yeah. That's a decent location, because you know what I like about that location is that right up there, you got quick access to 400. You got, within 500 feet, there's a Costco.
Yeah.
There's Tim Hortons. There's a Rona. Keep going, you're going into Walmart. So I prefer that location, and you're on a bus route right away too.
Yes.
Without
But
McKay, I think
as
it
you
is.
can see, there's no water in our vicinity here.
Well, it's far. So if they're promoting water, you know,
Yeah, the
yeah.
guy that called me from YouTube, he wanted water and wanted to be close to the water. He says he comes up here to the park all the time and they really enjoy the Kempenfelt Bay. And I said, well, like that's nowhere close. I mean, and when you're from Toronto or Brampton or Mississauga, you don't know that. And when it says in their brochures, right close to the GO station, it's not close. I mean, it's not that far from the GO station, Mark, but you can't walk to it.
No, you're middle of nowhere, you need a car. And if
You
someone's
need,
looking for
yeah, both all these
water,
locations, you need a
reach
car.
out. We can have a discussion about that and show you the right neighborhoods for that.
So look at this. So this is a Vicinity West. This is the one that's being built by McKay and ESSA.
A lot of, so, and these builders are, these are all these stackable townhomes, right? Where they're no
In
yards.
here is all stackable townhomes, right?
Right, probably here too.
Yes.
Yep. They have to have you know what I mean? The developers, the municipalities are pushing on developers affordable housing. So some of it has to be, lower price points, and these are the cheapest way to do it.
Yes, and they're going I think they have townhouses, they have detached. I'm assuming these are all going to be detached over here.
Probably.
These are going to be towns.
Yes.
These lots look too big for towns.
What's the lot sizes? Curious?
I can't zoom in.
Yeah, that's okay.
I might
Yeah,
be
I
able
don't
to
think they're
zoom
gonna
in on
be
my phone. Yeah.
typically.
Well, you can see these, right? You can
Yes.
tell how tight they are.
Well, yeah.
And they're doing, so this is Vicinity West. Oh, here it is, up here. So the dark gray is double car garage. The light gray is single car garage detached. So I was right.
Okay.
So these are single car detached. These are double car detached.
The
The
purple
red
is,
is,
okay, purple. Okay, no, I see. Go ahead. Sorry.
so the yellow or orangey color is 2-story towns,
Yeah.
dual front towns, and village homes are down here, these two colors.
What's the village homes?
Oh, I can zoom in now.
Okay, zoom in. And for people watching this too, like you're not going to get big lot sizes in these detached. And when I'm saying you're not going to get it, you may get 35 or at best, by 82. Like, there's no backyards. They are going to cram them in
30 feet, Mark,
30 feet. So,
by 99.
wow. Okay. That ain't big. And here's what I suggest. If someone is looking at this site as a potential, go over to Bear Creek Ridge off ESSA Road. Subdivision's what, 3-4 years old now?
Right
Go
across the
travel
road.
down there.
Yeah.
Right across the road almost. Go travel down there and look at the backyards, and you'll see some nice big gigantic 2 stories, even on Franklin, that are, anywhere from 1 million to 1.4. They have no backyard. Like, there's nothing. So get yourself some ideas, do that.
Well, and this is the ones you want. That at least backs onto a park,
Yeah.
right? And so when you're looking at a site plan, people, you also have to realize that like these things are, gosh, Mark, can you see it?
No, not really.
89 feet, 23 by 89.
Yeah.
You're
And
gonna
what's
be jammed in there like you're gonna be jammed in there like sardines. Like you just got to know that, right? You got to really, and everyone's going to be able to look into your house. Everyone's going to look into everything, right?
That's the problem. Even Olympic Gate in those streets where I used to live, you could see right in everybody's backyard. You felt like you could pass the ketchup bottle to them
Yeah.
at dinner.
Yeah.
So, bit of a drawback. If you're like, if you
Yes.
keep that living, you're okay with it, go for it. Or go to
So
Bear.
this one is the
Right.
vicinity in the south end that where you like it more.
I do, because things are convenient in that location.
Well,
me.
and what I notice here too. So the purple is double car detached. 2-story townhomes are the light orange. This
Yeah.
is single car detached. 2-story townhomes, and then village homes, which I assume are stacked townhouses.
There's a lot of them.
Well, there's less. That's these ones.
Yeah. I'm just keep within the townhome group. That creates a lot. I mean, that's a lot.
The 2-story townhomes is a lot.
So so in that, here's what I found with that mixed use in, because I lived in there in Bear Creek Ridge, where we had condos, right? We had the Coda building there, what, 4 or 5 stories high. Then we had a bunch of towns on Brown Bear. Then we had stackable towns on, I forget the street, but anyway, and there were a lot of rentals,
Yes.
tons. So homeowners,
Yeah, and I'm going to give the viewers a little bit of a tip here, Mark. If you're going to buy a single detached with a double car garage, or a single. So these ones, the purple ones are doubles, and the white or the light gray are single car garage, right?
yeah.
Do not buy it here.
Oh, don't buy it there.
Do not buy these ones
No, can't.
or these.
No, don't.
No,
Don't.
do not do that, because you know exactly what's going to be here, Mark. There's going to be cars all over the street.
All over the place.
Because they give you barely no room to park, okay? You're going to fit one little car in there. If you even have a big truck, sometimes it doesn't fit. So you got people all over the road. It's all congested. It looks like crap. Let's be honest, Mark.
Oh yeah, it does. Great. No.
It happens even in my subdivision over where the townhomes are. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, so if you're going to buy a single detached or a double car garage detached, be doing it over here, man, where like away where you're you don't want to be the best house in the crappiest area.
Well, no, you're not gonna. No, for sure.
So stay at least within over here. And if you are backing onto green space now, question what's going to be there.
Yeah, go to the municipality. That's a good point. Go to the municipality, make some phone calls.
Well, look at this, Mark. It looks like you have nothing, right?
Yeah.
Look at her future residential by others. So somebody else owns it.
Yeah.
So this too. So right now it looks like you're beautiful and you have nobody behind you, right?
Yep.
But that's not going to stay like that.
No, it is not. Could be
So,
that for 4 years, 5 years, but it ain't gonna stay that way forever.
no. Now this one says again, neighborhood park.
Yeah,
So that one, you're always going to be on a park.
yeah,
Because when a builder gets a building permit, they have to leave a certain amount of parkland,
yes.
right? So you're pretty safe. They're not going to be able to screw that up.
No,
So keep an eye on it when, and this is one of those retaining pond things, right?
I think so. Yep,
Yeah, stormwater management thing. But
yep,
unfortunately, it's all townhouses that are backing onto that.
yep.
Because people like that too, right?
There's a lot of them. Like this is back to backs, I call them, right? There's a lot, and there's a ton in that. And again,
The big
from
development, right?
it's a very big development. I don't like the mixed use developments like that. I
I don't either.
don't like them because you know what I found? Again, I'm talking about Bear Creek Ridge because it's such a new area, and I bought one. Is a couple things I noticed. One, nobody cuts their lawn.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
I know.
No one maintains anything. And I don't know. So the pride of ownership in new areas that I thought would really good, it was really disappointing. There was a couple people, I could put them on one hand that maintain their lots, and it just like, oh my God. And then there's like weeds that are 20 feet long.
Yeah.
Like and the builder put all new sod, and they like it was a beautiful. It didn't last. The presentation didn't last long, and I don't
Well,
know why. I really
well, I kind of do know. I think that people have to realize when you're buying into a new home development, you do have a lot of speculators, Mark. And so you end up with a lot of
do.
renters.
You do, yeah. And you could see them on the townhouse side, like I there, but I was, again, from the big detached 2 stories over there. Yeah, there must have been because it was unbelievable, and you wouldn't expect that in a nice brand new area.
Yeah,
So to me, a drawback. It,
I, exactly. A
so
drawback.
let's speak to some drawbacks about a new build area. And one is parking,
Yes.
dual sidewalks sometimes in streets, so it's even worse. Everyone's parking there on the street. So if you got kids, you got to be careful because you're going to run out and can't see, and it's crazy. Um, living in a construction zone, like I did for 2 years.
How did you like that? Because I lived in one too. And I mean, every morning when I woke up, my car was full of dirt. I'm talking
Yep,
2 inches of dirt.
yep,
My outside lawn furniture, my plants, everything
yep,
was covered in dirt all the time.
yep. Couldn't use your backyard because it was
Couldn't,
just
nope,
sand.
can't use a backyard.
People were barbecuing in their garages.
Can't put up a fence until final grading, which can take almost a year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And in my subdivision, they put up like again because it was backing onto other areas that were for development that wasn't there. So they ran a whole fence.
The builder did.
Yeah, the builder did. And then
But
people started to fill it in, like did their own fences, but it takes a while. I don't
yeah,
know.
usually like in Innisfil, I sold some that they had it was just they only owned them just over a year and they still didn't have final grading. So nobody had fences
Yeah.
because until you have the final grading, you can't put a fence in. So
And
like and my buddy there that called me from YouTube, Abdul, that I went over to his house and we had coffee and I met his kids. He
mhm,
says, Diane, like, look at my backyard. Like, it is a construction zone. Like, there's 2x4s, there's like hunks of metal, there's insulation.
yep.
His kids can't go back there at all. At
Oh
all.
no. Oh no. God no. No way.
It's all like uneven dirt. There's no like, and I said, well, Abdul, unfortunately, this can take up to like a year
Yep.
sometimes for them to landscape everything, get the grading so you
Easy.
can actually put in a fence and your kids can go out.
Easy. Oh, 100%.
And he
100%.
didn't realize that. Like he
Yep.
was in shock, right?
Yep. And you know what else I found too within moving in too is that everybody's got keys. Change the locks.
Yeah.
Serious, change the locks because you don't know where these keys have gone. The reason why I say that is my neighbor, someone tried to get into my garage. They got in. It was locked. They got in, right? I took out my paddle board and went, and I heard some noise and my paddle board was on the ground. So that's how I knew someone was in there. And then when I went out for a paddle that day, a friend of mine goes, "You got a real big dent on your board." I didn't even notice it. So when you hit the garage, the rails, it hit it and moved it
Oh,
around. So
wow.
that's how I noticed. My neighbor to me, they were going into her house because
Wow.
and so what I had to do is I'd put a screwdriver right in the rails there so that you could lift it up no matter what, you weren't getting in. So change your garage lock keys, get cameras, get spotlights, and I did that all, right? Just to be, I didn't want people breaking in my garage. There's a lot of stuff in there. So that part I didn't like. What else? Parking I hated. And one thing
Oh,
that,
the
what,
builder can change the closing date
multiple times, 3 times
3 times.
before they have to pay something. Right.
Yes.
So when you're thinking, oh, great, I'm going to move in May of 2026, no guarantees they can do it. And we know, and let's just talk about what has happened. Abdul, who bought for 900 grand, that was the market then. So they charged a lot of money. When he got into the property, it ain't worth 9.
It's
It's not,
not appraising out, no.
not appraising
And
out.
so he called me about like, could you get me out of trouble and sell it? Well,
Yeah,
Mark, I can't.
at a loss.
I said, unless you want to lose money. I said, if you're going to do that, he goes, well, what if I don't even I'm not going to close then.
Yeah,
But I mean, his 100 grand has sat there for a long time too now.
I know. It's hard to walk away from that. And builders have done some things, right? Working with lenders to help do that, to help out, which is good because I think it protects both parties and helps out. But wow, speculating on a high market, no thanks. What I speculate, even these ones that are on coming up now, we don't know where the market's going to be. It's going to be better.
Well,
I know that.
yes. And so the guy that called me, and I want to pull this up too, because he said, oh, I can get a 4 bedroom,
No, you
four
can't.
bedroom house for 900. And I said, well, you're not going to get, that's not going to be 900.
Mm-mm.
Like they don't include upgrades,
Correct.
and upgrades means like laminate flooring,
Yep.
right? Like,
Some of the builders will give you a $10,000 upgrade package. Okay, there's your flooring, or there's your kitchen update. In a sense, we put some fancy trim on and covers to the ceilings or something. But 10 grand.
here's our floor plans, Mark. Oh, oh yeah. And so it says like starting from 613.
Okay, that's not 613, but that's probably 713 or
Yes.
more. Or more. There's no way. There is no way. And go back to that picture one more time. Go back one more time. I just want to see something. So again, there's one unit. There's the sister unit behind there. Because there's their
They're
deck.
back to back. No lawns at all.
Right. And that's becoming popular because one, I think, well, we know why. They can get more of them in, right? On a lot, no backyard, great. Meets the requirements for the municipalities for, we are providing some, affordable homes in a sense. But this is it. When I walk by in my area, that was the big entertainment. They had a barbecue, they had their TV out there, like that was their backyard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Overlooking the street.
Everybody, well, and the other thing too, people have to realize is the main floor is normally just laundry and furnace room.
Yeah.
And there might be a little room at the back and then your garage. So your
Correct.
living area is actually up here where your kitchen, your living room is. And then, well, some of them don't even have bathrooms on that floor. I told you I was in
Yeah.
some.
Make sure you get one if you're buying one.
Yeah, then your bedrooms are up here.
Yep. Yep.
So this is the floor plan, which exactly your porch, your garage. There's a little unfinished area.
Mechanical room by looking at it. Drops.
That's the main floor doesn't have much of anything on it, right?
Which normal, like I said, does it have a 2-piece? No.
This is the ground floor.
Yep. Okay.
This is the main floor.
Okay.
Yes, it has a 2-piece off the kitchen dining.
It's good.
And then there's a great room. So kitchen and dining. And so it's all one room. But the
Here's,
thing, like, there's nowhere to put a table.
that
There's
was,
an island right here, okay? Island, stairs here,
yep.
and then you have your living room.
That isn't that big.
No, it's not.
It looks big on that. So folks, again, you really have to make sure you get the right floor plan because you always have to think resale. You get a bad floor plan or you buy, one of these, or whether it's a town and it's backing onto a building like Coda, and we've had lots of them on Brown Bear in that new subdivision, then the whole, people don't like to be looked at. They lose privacy. And the floor plans are really different. You go, why would they
Well,
buy
and
it?
you know what I recommend to people, Mark? Get a tape measure and put
Yeah, it's a good
10
idea.
feet, it's 10 foot, right?
Yeah,
So put 10 feet down on a tape measure and see how big that actually is.
yeah. I
When
know.
you look at these floor plans, it's very misleading, Mark.
It's very misleading, and it's hard to really, we know how to navigate them because this is our business, but
Business.
a lot of people don't. They go, oh, that looks really good. They're not even looking at the measurements on anything. So you need to look at the measurements.
Even the primary bedroom is 10 by 11, which isn't horrible. But look at the other two, 8 by 9, 8 by 9.
10 by 11 for the primary bedroom is small.
Well, I think a king size bed is 60 inches. That's 5 feet.
Yeah,
Is it not?
yeah.
Wide?
It'll fit in, but that's for a master bedroom. Like,
It's tight.
shocked that to be honest, I'm really surprised that that bedroom is that way. Because again, if I'm going back to my days of buying a townhome in Brown Bear, my bedroom was, you saw, it was big.
Yeah.
It was huge, walk-in closets and everything. It had an ensuite. It was great. It sure,
Well,
that was the
okay, the
second
other
bed.
thing you have to realize, Mark, too, which people don't realize. Okay, so it says it's 1,400
Yeah,
and 42 square feet. But how much square footage are they counting down here, which is useless?
I know. That's the concern right there.
So the main living areas are probably only 1,100 or 1,000 square feet because you got all this useless area on the first floor.
Yep.
So it's small. It's going to be small.
It's gonna
And
be,
with the upgrades, it's not going to be 613, Mark.
listen, it's not even gonna be 613 now.
I know.
It's not. Oh, that just gets you in, and then whatever. I don't know what their motto is for that, but don't look at that number because we're selling 30-year-old townhouses more than that price. So don't be fooled by that number at all.
I'm
look-
trying to see,
maybe even click the bigger 1,500 one there or whatever.
oh yeah, I'm trying to get something bigger here. Yeah.
You find something, I'm gonna talk about something before I forget about it. And what I recommend too, folks, is that they're gonna give you a package. It's gonna be, you're gonna have a cooling off period, which is normal. Usually it's 10 days. Take advantage of that. I'm telling you right now. Take all the information, bring it to your lawyer, because you're not gonna go through it all. And if your lawyer says, well, I will, but you don't want him skimming it. You need, you need for him to go through page by page, because everything is always in the builder's favor. You're going to pay some development charges. If you think you're not, you are. And there could be other things in there that you could probably negotiate and pick out. If a lawyer, if I was buying a new build, that would be the first thing. If he told me or she told me, Mark, it's going to cost you $2,000, I'd pay the $2,000. Keep me out of danger.
Well, look what happened to you. You got to worry about HST. You got to ask about HST. You got to ask about development charges, land transfer.
It's included in the price. You'll get some of that back. You'll get there's a calculation. So that one's easy, but it's the development charges.
But not every builder is the same, Mark. Like you still got to ask about the HST. Because if you're not going to live in it for 1 year and you end up having to sell it, then you get nothing. You don't get that credit.
Most of the builders give the credit, but there's certain things. get some advice on that, because I don't really know all the ins and outs, and I don't want to say that on here because I haven't lived that experience, but that's a good point. If you're going to be a speculator, flip this thing, there could be there could be tax implications. You may not get the credit, right?
Yeah,
Like,
this guy told me that if he tried to sell it, his lawyer said that, yeah, he'd have to pay HST.
well,
But it depends, it could depend on your agreement of purchase and sale with these people.
because HST's in the price, right?
Yes, some of it, but
Yeah.
you get the credit, right? Okay, see, this is
A
the
lot
big
of builders
one,
give you the credit on paper. You sign it off, you get the credit, and it's on the statement of adjustments.
right?
Okay, let's look at this one.
Yeah, because we're running out of time, believe it or not.
Wow. Okay.
So this is the main floor,
Yeah.
which, you know, it's funny here too, because both of them here said drop ceiling, low headroom.
For what though?
Well, you know what? I think this is because this is where the stairs are. So this area here is like a under stair storage. It's got low headroom. It's useless, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so the main floor. See, now we can put a table.
Now you got a bit more room. I like that floor plan there. I don't mind.
Yes,
I'm still concerned about the great rooms. I like the 16, but 9 might be enough. It might be okay.
9, 11, so that's almost 10.
Yeah, by 16.
Still not huge.
It's still not huge. It looks huge on this.
Well, and that's what people have to realize, right? That's
yeah.
why I say, like, when you buy a new build, like, you're taking a risk if you haven't done this before. Like, I can look at those room sizes and because we deal with this all the time, Mark, I know that's not big. But
Oh,
when you look at it, you think, oh man, you know, that's pretty big. If
Yeah.
you have these, if you're using this as a dinette and you pull out that chair, it's got to come out 2 feet or so. You're now down to 7 feet here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
7 freaking feet.
Mhm. Oh yes.
So, like, if you're not going to use these chairs and you never pull them out, but if you pull them out, you can't have anything here.
No, I know. No.
Like you had that on
Brown Barrie, yeah, 100%.
yeah,
There's no space. Like you were kind of navigating it, right? There's no space.
exactly. So
You
this is
didn't
the
want to give
3rd
up.
floor. Holy shit.
15 by 10, 11 by
The bedrooms are way bigger here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have an ensuite and then you have a main bath.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Oops.
still only 10 by 15, 10, but that's a lot better.
Yes. Yes.
And you're not 8 by 9 here.
No. Folks, do not buy that model we looked at for 615 for the 8 by 9 bedrooms. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna get killed in resale. You are going to get killed. Step up to a bigger model and go through, like Dan's saying, go through these, get your tape measure, do all that, because boy, oh boy, we've seen it in Fairline, and now they look how many of them come up for sale, and they sit, a lot of them sit. And all these people thought, Dan, they were going to get big money. Floor plans are crazy small.
Oh, look at this, Mark. I can put a king size bed. Look at that.
So they let you, that's good. Okay, so that's a good idea. That's smart to do. There's another tip.
Well, this isn't, I don't know. I guess it would have to go there. It can't go anywhere else.
No,
So what if we're gonna, this is cool, eh? Look at this.
that's good.
So this is a queen size bed.
That's queen.
Yep. I'm trying to turn it. Can I turn it? Because it can't go there because the closet's there. So the only place it can go is right here,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I don't know how you turn it though. Oh,
That's nice. There you go. Yeah. So use this tool. That's a great tool.
isn't that a good tool?
Yeah, I like it.
But look at that. I'm a little bit crooked.
That's okay.
Your
get
closet's here, your doorway's here, your, what is this? Your
balcony,
balcony.
yeah, it's, and those, that's an option, a lot of them, some people get them, I wouldn't waste the money. Do you
I
know how
know.
many people go out there and sit off your bedroom and watch people go down a street and walk and drive? Like, you almost look stupid, to be honest, like, it just, no one used them. And
Well, and I'm telling you, if you have your nightstands here, you got one little dresser.
not a lot of room, not a lot of room, in that bedroom size,
No,
right?
no.
Where resale, you can find better floor plans in older areas. When I say older, 20 being high. So remember, like this information, give it a like, give it a follow, give it a share, and have questions on new builds. Make sure
Well,
you
and
do.
you know what? When the guy asked me, what would you do? Would you buy a new build or would you do a resale? And I said I would do a resale. I did buy a new build my first home, and I told you I had issues. Terry on wouldn't fix it or do anything about it. And my issue is I didn't know what I was getting.
You never do. Now you do because you're experienced.
Well, because I'm a real estate agent.
Yeah,
But if I wasn't a real estate agent and I'm just looking at these plans and, oh, these look really cool, and like
yeah,
you really aren't, go through some of the developments the builder already built, or some of the developments that are the same kind of layouts, and
yeah.
see, do I want to live here?
Oh yeah. I know. Take your time and look at the site plans when you go to when you go to their locations. You know what I mean? Their presentation centers, and ask about sidewalks. Is there dual sidewalks? You know what I mean? Like, as you park over the sidewalk, the bylaw officers, they're always down there. Ticket, 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 ticket.
Yeah.
So important thing. Okay,
And
well,
when you have a resale, you know what you're getting.
yeah, for sure. You do. You can see it and go out and just take your time through this process. Like, I think
Well, the
people
new builds are more money, Mark.
oh, they're lots of money. And I don't like the new subdivisions because I don't like the mixed use in there, with meaning different types of homes, different styles I'm okay with, but I just don't like condos, townhomes, stacked townhomes, back to back, and then detached. I never liked it. I just didn't like it.
It's
So
very congested, and the
very
curb
much
appeal when you're driving through the subdivision, it's not nice.
pretty, when you see the tumbleweeds. Okay, I think we wrapped it up. I think that's wrap up. I think it was good.
Yeah, I
Happy
think we did
Father's
a good
Day.
job explaining it and giving people a couple tips to look out for.
Yep. Take the tips, watch the video to the end. What's the end now? But yeah, take your time with it. Okay. Enjoy your
Perfect.
Mother's Day dinner.
Okay, thank you.
Here.
Bye.